I see Kirti also. Hello, Kirti.
Hi all, how you
See you on
doing?
our first SusTalk.
Yes. I was like, I'm sitting at home. I'll come along, no problem.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, Nikhil. Good morning.
Hello.
Okay. Hi, good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining in. So today's SusTalk is slightly different from the regular ones that you're expecting. It's G-TOC, that's Game Time on Climate with Ankita and Nikhil of Nature Healers Life. Ankita has about 12 odd years of global experience in technology, consulting, user engagement, and scaling startups and businesses. And Nikhil has about 8 years experience in consulting gamification and motivational nudges. And they're together building Nature Healers Life, which is an adventure gaming app for sustainable living. And in their own words, it's a fun and easy way for people to move to a more planet-friendly and healthier lifestyle, just one step at a time. And of course, so that they can stick to it. So over to you, Ankita and Nikhil.
Sorry, I was just testing my music as well. Thank you so much, Payal, for the generous introduction. And thank you, Payal and Anirudh, for having us today. We're actually very excited about the SusTalk today. And what we have planned is we have designed a game specifically for this SusTalk for all us climate venturers who want to do more in climate, but often keep wondering, what do we do? How do we do it, etc. And even in terms of whether what we're doing is in the right direction or not. So hope you all will enjoy it. And so let's start setting up the game. And meanwhile, we'll keep telling you some more instructions about everything. So all of you would need to go to kahoot.it. Wait a second.
And it'll just be great if you can have the Zoom call on a separate device, like let's say on a laptop, and going to Kahoot on your mobile, so that you can experience both sides. You can still be part of the call as well as experience the game.
Yes. So join it from joinkahoot.it from your mobiles.
Kahoot is awesome.
Kahoot is awesome. I'm in love with Kahoot.
Yeah, I did a talk once with Kahoot as well. It's really nice.
Yes, okay. And then
What's the, yeah.
wait, I don't think you can hear. The pin is this 6743706, but can you hear the music as well?
No.
You can't.
Right now.
You'll have to share your computer sound.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, I think now you can.
Also, that Mafia is gonna be gifting something to the winners of these games. We have 2 games lined up today, so go for it, guys.
Definitely, Kirti, you should tell your 8-year-old that you're playing Kahoot today. She'll be very excited. She or he, sorry.
Ask them to join as well.
Yeah, actually, why not? This is a very age-friendly game as well. Anybody from all ages can play.
Let me get her. She'll be excited to actually do Kahoot and like with a bunch of people. Let me just ask her if she's interested.
In fact, she can join in from another device if that's possible and play on her own as well.
Yeah, let me check.
We should probably put a disclaimer that this is like 3+. Age is 3+. Maybe not 3+. You need to know how to read. So maybe like 6, 7+.
Yeah, we're learning the disclaimers now.
Yeah. Okay, let me put the music back on. So while people are trickling in, let me share a little about what we do at naturehealers.life as well. So we're building a mobile app which helps people move to a more sustainable lifestyle, just one little step at a time. And we are designing it like an adventure game, all in all, that people can play, have fun, and move to a more sustainable lifestyle at the same time. And so this workshop that we've designed today is very much along that same philosophy of having fun while doing what is good for us, what we should be doing essentially. And that's how we have designed the game today. I hope you'll like it, and definitely feedback would be welcome at any point of time. We're also going to be doing a very interactive discussion-based game today. So the game is designed to help you think through some things that you usually don't think through. So we do expect some debates at many points during the game, and it's been designed that way. So if ever you feel like, oh my God, I don't think this is correct, just speak up and we would discuss that, right?
And
before you all start, just quickly a reminder for the people who joined in later, we're on Kahoot.it. Go join in from your devices, maybe a separate device, and use the game pin that's in the chat to join.
yeah, we have like 28 participants and 16 have joined Kahoot. So anyone facing difficulties, they can like unmute themselves, have a chat here.
Yeah, we usually give the first 10 minutes for people to just set it up, because there are a lot of people who are using Kahoot for the first time.
No problem, Neha. You can try and do it through your phone.
Phone is actually easier. Rather than the desktop.
Anyone else facing difficulties of joining the game?
I have difficulty. So my name is Chandu. I can see the name here, but for me, the screen is I just get a message like you are in. That's it. I don't get.
Yeah, that's actually perfect. So right now, because we haven't started the game, that's why it's just showing you are in. We're waiting for other people.
The thing is, once we start the game, it's going to be difficult for late joiners to join in. So we just give a couple of more minutes for that. But they can definitely join in for the second game. Okay, Payal, let me know whenever you feel we are ready to start and we can start.
Maybe just a minute more and then we can start.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone's welcome to invite their families also to do this.
Yeah, in fact, I just invited my father in. I don't think he's been able to join in so far, but I'm sure he will.
Yeah, Chandra and Chandu, I think, like Nikhil said, the page that says you're in, that's the page you're supposed to be at.
Yeah. Okay, should we start?
I think Nima is trying to join. She just asked for the pin.
Okay. Okay, so we'll start in just a few seconds, maybe. We know all of you are quite aware of what the current climate emergency is, what the current climate crisis is. So the first few questions are just going to be a warm-up to give you a feel of how the game is going to be like and how would you play the game. So just remember a few things. Actually, just one thing. The quicker you answer and the more right answers you get, the more points you get. That's the only ground rule here.
It's like fastest fingers first.
Yes.
Cool.
So this is more like fastest fingers first. Okay,
Nice.
should we begin?
Yeah. Yes, kids, you're getting prizes. You're getting something from SusTalks at the end.
Yeah, and that's very exciting. So whoever wins this, if you get to the top, you're going to get a surprise gift from Mafia. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
I'm not getting the start button actually.
No, now it should say get ready and it should be loading.
Yes,
Yeah.
it should be
Okay.
loading. So the first game is climate emergency. And so what is so urgent anyway? And this is the first question up on your screen. These questions are timed, so you need to be quick. You've heard of climate change a lot these days, but what is it? Which ones of these is the current climate crisis? And this is multiple select, which means more than one answer can be correct.
And,
So select your answers and don't forget to press the submit button.
Right.
Climate crisis, which ones out of these? Nice. Okay. So almost all of you got it correct. Who thinks that the urge to launch billionaires into space is the current climate crisis? Well, it could be, but I want to know from them.
I almost clicked that and I was like, wait, that's not right.
It's at least it's not till now.
Yeah. No, like if you look at it that way, when billionaires go into space, they dump a lot of greenhouse gases in 10 minutes than a lot many other activities do. But yeah, overall, when we talk about the climate crisis, people are referring to three major things. First is unnatural global warming of the Earth's atmosphere due to human consumption. The other is ecological destruction of land, forests, and oceans. And the third is large populations and how they get adversely affected by the extreme climate events. So this is just the warm-up. Nice, okay. Next one coming up, again a multi-select, again a warm-up. Wait a second, so what is global warming actually? What does this warming mean? Again, don't forget to press submit. Tricky one, you know. But I do expect at least half of you would get it correct. Pretty much as we expected. Who's sitting in the mountains? So yeah, global warming is quite, I'd say, misconception where people think that all countries would get equally warm. And so people in Europe, Russia, Canada, Sweden, etc., they're often like, yeah, I'm okay, like I would like a warmer climate. But actually that's not very true. UK and Northwestern Europe is going to get colder due to the changing ocean currents. And hot countries will actually become uninhabitable. So many parts of India will actually become uninhabitable. Any thoughts, questions, comments?
Yeah, one second. I dispute this answer.
Okay.
It should be A, because like permafrost is melting in Canada, Russia, they're getting warmer. And
That's right. So we are not talking about Canada, Russia here. If you see, only UK and Northwestern Europe will get colder.
okay, but on the left side, it says great for Europe, Russia, Canada too.
Yeah, but it's not great for Europe, is it? And So the trick here is that temperature increase, there's not going to be an average temperature increase in all countries. UK and Northwestern Europe is actually going to get colder. They're not going to get warmer. And that is because of the ocean currents, which usually bring in the warm air in and which end up giving a lot of rainfall to London. They will change. And if the direction of that changes, then those warm currents will no more come in the areas of UK and Northwest Europe. So if you would have, what I would suggest is there is this great documentary called Before the Flood. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that explains this very well.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Today I learned something new.
Yes.
So can new people join this game now? Midway?
Probably yes. So what you would have to do is go to kahoot.it and enter the game pin, this one. Just check if you can join in. I'm not sure if you will, but we have another game coming up right after this in like 10-15 minutes.
Cool.
So you can join that one.
Let's go.
Well, okay, let's go on to the next one. Who's doing well? Okay, AK and Dialysis, AD Kits Pile. Way to go, guys.
All right.
Remember, fastest fingers first. Again, multi-select. More than one answers are correct. So tell me what all is happening as a result of global warming. Out of these, which all things are happening as a result of global warming? Press submit. One was pretty straightforward. Yes, oceans are warming, due to which marine wildlife and marine forests are being destroyed. Extreme weather events, I think this is something all of us have heard of, and we are losing our freshwater reserves. Sea levels are rising, melting glaciers, permafrost. Thoughts, comments, because I know this sometimes does deserve some discussion. If not, if all of us are good with this, then we can go ahead.
I actually have a question. I hope I don't sound stupid, but the first one, that the seawater is becoming warmer. Is that really correct?
Yeah, watch Chasing Coral
Okay.
about how it's destroying coral reefs.
Yeah.
So it's the heat that's destroying the coral reefs.
Heat and CO2 rise.
So it leads to another number of bad effects, which then
ocean acidification.
Feedback loops. Payal, do Terra. Go to Kirti after this.
Okay.
But yeah, this is something that we living on land, we never really think about, because we always think about our atmosphere is warming, but we never think about how the oceans are warming as well, due to which that entire feedback loop, as Ani said, is being triggered. And our marine wildlife is being destroyed. Our marine forests are being destroyed. Marine forests is usually a very new concept for a lot of people. So who can tell me actually what are marine forests or examples of marine forests?
Kelp and seaweed typically, I would imagine.
And algae.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And there was one more thing that somebody had said in one of our previous sessions. Yeah, how jellyfish are taking over our oceans because they are the only ones that are being able to cope and adapt in large numbers to the warming oceans. And so it's possible in the near future, our oceans are going to be filled with jellyfish and very less of other kinds of marine wildlife. So yeah, with that, let's move on to the next one. AD Amog, AK, way to go, nice. Okay, this one is a true-false question. You'll get less time for this. Extreme weather events that previously occurred once in 100 years could happen every year by the end of this century. True or false? Nice, true, okay. I'm assuming the people who said false did it by mistake. If not, speak up now. Okay, by mistake. Yeah, so true or false questions. Yeah.
Can you just reduce your game volume a bit? It's kind of muffling your voice.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Kids is onto the scoreboard now. Nice. Okay, this one is a poll. This is not scored, but it is timed. So imagine a world 20 years from now. Do you want to live in slightly worse conditions than today or an apocalyptic world? Read all the 4 properly and then tell us what you think. What kind of a world you want to live in? And what is even a possibility now as we look at it today?
I'm liking the music.
Yeah.
Very well synced with the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Music.
So yes, of course, everybody wants to live in a better future, if not for my generation, then for my great-grandchildren. And you see how we have said great-grandchildren, because even our grandchildren, forget about our children, even our grandchildren are not going to have a better future than we have today. This is a slightly like doomsday question, but this is the only one, I promise. Okay, this is just so that we get into the scene of what actually is coming for us, is out there for us. I'm so glad nobody wants to live in an apocalyptic world. I thought at least somebody would, from all the movies and all. You know, I was watching a movie yesterday called Icequake, and that entire movie was about how the permafrost in Russia melts and the methane starts coming up. And it was that kind of an apocalyptic scenario movie in which there is a hero and he comes and tries to save the day, that kind of a thing. And like all other Hollywood movies, the entire scene is set with things are going haywire. Nobody is going to be alive anymore. Methane is coming. It's like global warming is accelerating by the day. And then at the end, what happens is that hero comes up with a grand plan of let's block the methane in the tunnels by exploding it. And it works in Hollywood, you know, it doesn't work in real life, of course. But the answer to all questions of Hollywood apocalypses is let's do a nuclear explosion. Anyways, with that, next one, quiz. Again, a multi-select. More than one are correct. Oh, and this is a double points question. So if you get this right, you get double points and you get to the top of the leaderboard. It's possible to be a carbon negative economy. This country is an example, and its constitution mandates 60% forest cover. Which country is this? Don't tell me it's the United States of America. Nice. Almost all of you got it correct. Madagascar still has quite good forest cover, but it's not mandated by law, due to which it is losing a lot of its forest cover. Similar case with Indonesia. Indonesia is the biggest problem over there right now is activities illegal deforestation activities for palm plantations for palm oil.
Orangutans are losing their habitats.
Yeah, it reminds me of the David Attenborough documentary as well.
Yeah. Okay, so RS has come on to the leaderboard. That's amazing. And a quick fun fact. So Bhutan, in fact, has more than what is mandated by its constitution. It has a forest cover today that stands at 71%. And you know why that is the case? So I visited Bhutan a couple of years ago, and I saw such a great difference in the way the Bhutanese think about their land versus how we Indians think about our land. And the mere fact that the constitution mandates 60% forest cover, the Bhutanese actually, they worship their land feeling that this is not a natural resource to be exploited, but something that has to be preserved and nourished. And their monarchy also thinks the same way. In fact, their monarchy is what has put this mandate of 60% forest cover within their constitution. Okay, next one coming up, multi-select. How much population of the world lives in coastal areas? Quick, 4 seconds left. Press submit. 40%, yes. Yes, this was just put in there to confuse you guys, but it is 40%. It's a substantial number of people that live in our coastal areas right now. True or false again? Extreme drought, flash floods, and heat waves mean more crop failures. True or false? True, yes.
This was a full toss.
Really? Then what do you think about this? By deforestation and excessive fertilizer use, we are making our farmlands more fertile. Read the question properly before you do a true or false. False. Pretty good. Okay. Next one is a quiz, multi-select again. And it's for double points. Okay. Land becomes infertile. Crops are failing. Demand is increasing. What are the farmers forced to do then? Multi-select.
Okay.
More than one are correct. I'm telling you, big hint.
And you need to press submit.
Yes, press submit before time runs out. Okay. Okay, pretty much all of you got it correct. But I want to know, what do you guys think of this? Do all of you agree to this? Are there doubts in somebody's minds about this? What do you think?
Yeah. What about using organic fertilizers? And, that really helps with rejuvenating.
That really helps. Yeah, in fact, that helps restore the fertility of land.
Yeah, so here it's written increased crop yield. Okay, fine, that's true. But I think one more that is definitely true is using biofertilizers.
That's right. So this is not an exhaustive one.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Hello.
And compost.
I also had a question about the second option, increasing crop yield by injecting growth hormones.
Yeah.
I've actually personally never heard of injecting growth hormones into crops. Is it like livestock they're talking about? Because there's written crop.
I was actually hoping somebody would ask this question. Can somebody actually throw light on this? Does somebody from you guys know what this is about? Let me show the media again.
No way. I see
Yes.
it.
Oxytocin is the growth hormone we have in our bodies. And if you go to YouTube, if you go to news channels and just search for this growth hormones being injected into food, you'll see that this is a very, very common practice, especially in India. And in which what farmers do is they inject, let's say, their Loki. Loki is, what is the bottle gourd? Yeah. They inject their bottle gourd with an injection at night, and by morning it has grown to double its size. Of course, nutrition has not increased. It is still very tasteless because it is not ripened naturally. And it is full of that growth hormone that we end up eating. So this is actually a source of a lot of our diseases that we have right now and we might have in the future. What does growth hormone do? It helps us grow. It helps our cells grow. And what happens when our cells receive more growth hormone than they should? They grow more than they should. And what happens when our cells grow more than they should? That condition is called cancer. So I'll leave it at that. Let that sink in while we look at the leaderboard. Okay. Awkward silence. Okay, coming back to the real world. It's sort of real world over here. But I live in urban areas and apartments far from the coast. I definitely don't get affected by these events. Is that what you're thinking right now? Or maybe you might have thought someday. Let's look at this. This is a multi-select question. The little freshwater reserves we have are being polluted. Who are the culprits? Don't forget to press submit. More than one answers are correct. Hey. All right, so it looks like some people maybe don't know about the concept of gray water. Who would like to shed some light on what gray water is? Nobody. Oh my God, I'll have to do that. Okay. Who are the couple of people who don't think this is a reason for our freshwater reserves being polluted? The 3 or 4 people. Tons and tons of gray water during fossil fuel extraction plus oil spills. Why do you think this is not a reason for our freshwater reserves being polluted?
I feel like this is one of those questions that everybody must have thought. There has to be at least one answer which is wrong. So let's just use the answer that seems a little off.
Maybe, yeah. But
people are trying to play the game master right now.
Oh yeah.
Not read at the questions and answers.
But they're forgetting we are game designers ourselves. So anyways, coming to gray water. What is gray water? Gray water is a concept which is coming into limelight very recently. And this is a big cause of concern now. In industrial processes, especially things like fossil fuel extraction, a lot of fresh water is extracted out from our groundwater reserves. Then some processes are done through that to extract the fossil fuel, and then it is inserted back again to our groundwater reserves. But in that process, that water then becomes no more fresh water, as we call it. That's no more usable as it is for drinking or for our users, because there are a lot of impurities that have gone in. And that is the concept of gray water. And trust me, I am actually undermining this concept when I'm explaining it to you right now. So, yeah. AD is on the top, way to go. Not much margin.
Who is AD?
Who's AD?
Who is AD?
I think it's Alok, right?
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, timer has begun. Water becomes polluted, then this is what happens to how we consume water. 10 seconds left. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, I love it when people choose this. Why not harvest ice found on asteroids? There's plenty in the universe. This is actually true, but we haven't really come to that stage where we would be able to do that.
Like space mining is probably a profitable business of the future.
Maybe.
Yeah, SpaceX can go send one of their cars to get these asteroid waters.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So I think the one thing that we wanted you to think about in this is this one. We buy clean packaged drinking water, clean in quotes. We buy more expensive water filters. This is not how we used to live 20 years ago or when we were children, but we are sold this concept as modernization and progress?
Yeah, I actually didn't want to select any answer because I was like, this does sound so wrong, like all of it.
It does. That's what. This is how it impacts us today. Okay, quiz. Multi-select again. Air pollution this time. It's a big urban slow killer. Which of these are causes? Press submit, press submit.
Loving this Oriental music now.
Nice. Okay. All of you got it right. Dust from construction activities. This is actually a big cause of the PM10 pollution, which causes a lot of immediate lung damage in urban areas. Okay. ADN Kids leading the show. Next one. Multi-select again. When air pollution becomes high, this is what happens. I want to see who wants to go to Mars. Just one person? Come on. I thought Elon Musk made it like a dreamy project for everybody, no? Yeah, so soon we will carry our own oxygen cylinders. This is what happens. Like, okay, fine, you might have thought this may not happen. It's possible it may not happen, but if you look at cities like Delhi, Gurgaon, it's very much possible in the near future. This is what is going to happen.
Yeah, but Delhi has recently installed some like direct air capture things, which is pretty cool.
The question is always about how much and how soon, because it is going to need a lot of it if we are to actually counter the current rate of progress we are making in polluting the environment. Okay, next one. Multi-select again. And this one is for double points. How does it impact me, my friends, and my family living in urban areas today? Read all the options, think about them, and then tell us, how does it actually impact you and your loved ones living in urban areas today?
It's a double point answer as well.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this was that kind of a question which would just make you think. There's really no right or wrong answer here, but of course you'll get maximum points if you would have chosen all four. Yeah, a lot of us are impacted in this way because we have no direct connection to nature left anymore. And that is a big problem, even when it comes to mental health of people being affected in urban areas today. All right, second last answer for this. Companies often use words like green, eco, zero emission liberally, but reality is often different for them. What is this called? So it's a puzzle question. You would have to drag and arrange these options to make sense and then press submit. Okay, 30% got it. Not correct.
Okay.
Okay, so this is called greenwashing. Again, something I think most of you must have heard about. A lot of companies do this, some intentionally, some non-intentionally. And what happens is that they end up using words which mean something for most people, but they actually don't follow through with that promise. Things like green, we are eco-friendly, we have zero emission, and then that zero emission would actually be just for a single small department rather than the whole company, but they would message it such that it's not really false what they're saying, but it gives an impression which is untrue. This is called greenwashing. And this is a big problem with corporates today.
It's mostly intentional.
Mostly, yes. Yeah.
And the most common one is they'll pitch it and then they'll say we plant trees as well.
Guys, last question. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. Very true. That's true. Okay. I don't think any discussion is needed for this one. Not in this audience, at least. So yeah, let's see. Number 3, we have diuresis. Number 2, we have amog. Who is number 1? AD. What's AD?
Let's put him on the spotlight.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
अभी खा लेंगे.
AD is Alok.
Okay. So
Alok.
Yay.
Congratulations, Alok.
Congrats.
Okay. So any questions, any thoughts, points of discussion?
शॉर्ट वीडियो में मैंने क्रॉस कर रखा है, तो नहीं देख.
If someone needs to go on mute. All right. Okay.
It was a nice game. It was a nice game. Really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Okay, we have one more actually, which is now going to make you think about, all this is fine, but what do you actually do in your real life? So, all right, go back to Kahoot.it, and this time the game pin is, let me.
So yeah, this is like a global warm-up kind of thing.
Global warm-up, I like that.
Ankita, reduce a bit of the volume.
I'll reduce the volume.
Guys.
All right. So join in quickly. We're going to start this one pretty soon. Like in the next 2 minutes, we'll start it. If you weren't able to come to the podium in the last one, this is your chance. This is a completely more like a fastest fingers first game. So read through the question properly and then go. Five, 6 more people waiting to join. Somebody always does this. Puts the pin onto their ID.
Add the pin twice.
Yeah. Okay, a couple of more people.
So.
17 people. 18. We had 23 in the last game.
21 who were playing till the end.
Okay, 21. Just FYI, I think we are going to go 10 minutes overboard because we had some really intriguing discussions. I hope you all can stay on till about 12:10 or so.
Last 30 seconds. Whoever.
Last 30 seconds, and then we'll join. If you're having technical difficulties, speak up and we can help you.
Speak up.
You have to go to Kahoot.it over here, www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin 8281640.
Okay, let's start.
Let's start. Okay. I think we can leave the Kahoot.it and game pin on the chat, and if somebody wants to join in later, they can. All right. Oops, sorry. Damn it. Okay, I'm so sorry. I think what we'll have to do is rejoin. Because I started the wrong game.
Ankita, quiz has started on our screens.
Yeah. This is the same one that we just played. So, just a second. My bad.
Yeah, the game has ended now for everyone.
Yeah, okay. So you'll have to enter another game pin. And the game pin is this one. This is the game pin. You can also see it on your screens now. You have to go to www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin. Okay. 20. Okay, shall we go ahead and begin?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so this is the next game, climate actions. So what can you do? First question is true or false? Removing single-use plastics from my life will reduce my negative impact on the environment and my own health. Quick. This game is fastest fingers first. Yes, okay. I'm assuming the false people pressed it by mistake because this was just a warm-up question. Nice, Dara says Parvati, new entrant. Parvati and Nitya, new entrants onto the leaderboards. Nice. Okay, next one is a quiz, multi-select. Which of these is not a single-use plastic? It's not a single-use plastic, i.e., it's not designed to be used just once before discarding. Don't forget to press submit. All right, yes, plastic chairs it is. Okay, plastic and styrofoam egg containers. I want to know from the people who said this is not a single-use plastic. What do they think and why do they think this is not?
I thought the shop owners would like somehow reuse it.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
That's a nice word.
And milk pillow pouches. Do we know what milk pillow pouches are? They are the half-liter milk packets that we all get from the market. Amul milk and Mother Dairy and everything. They're also designed to be single-use. And the worst
Ankita,
thing about, yeah.
When talking about the plastic egg containers, are we also not, are we not including the, I mean, I remember we used to get like those crates, for 30 eggs, the huge, I mean, it's like a plastic thing. You're supposed to return it to them. And then they will fill in 30 eggs again.
That's right. So each one of these is designed to be single use. And that's the problem with this industry. Now, when something is designed to be single use, it means that it has to be used once and then given away. When we discard it, it's possible that it gets recycled. It's possible that it reaches the landfill, but most often than not, it reaches the landfill. For example, a very good example is milk pillow pouches. Companies have us believe that this is recyclable, which is true, that it is recyclable, but is it really recycled? Because most of the pillow pouches that we throw away, we throw it with general waste. It is contaminated with milk. We don't wash it and throw it away, which essentially means that even the rag pickers don't pick it up because it's of no use to them. It's of no value because when it goes on to recycling, it's going to get rejected. It's not going to get recycled. And that is the problem with designing something to be single use rather than reusable.
Right.
Okay. Next question coming on. Oh, wow. We've got a lot of new entrants. RS is on the top. Then we've got Tansen, Nima, and AK who have come into the top 5 podium. Amazing, guys. Okay, next one is true or false again. Eating less meat and dairy will help reduce my impact and also keep me healthier. True or false? True. Okay. I want to hear from the people who said this was false. What do you think?
One of whom was my daughter, so I don't think that counts, unfortunately.
Okay, who is the one more? Okay, I would assume this was by mistake. But the next question is very interesting. Let's see. It's a puzzle. So you have to drag and arrange them. These ancient, highly prized fighters were predominantly vegetarian. What were they called?
Vegetarian, I would not have thought this.
Yeah, that's quite surprising.
The image is an answer.
Yeah. Don't forget to press submit. Okay, yes. So this is something I learned from the documentary, The Game Changers. And I was also quite surprised because, the food industry has us to think or has us to believe that to be strong and to be athletic, we have to have meat. But that's absolutely untrue, it seems. And it's all a part of their marketing. So yeah.
Do we know what they were eating? I'm curious now. Like if gladiators.
It was a predominantly plant-based diet. And you can actually, there's a whole section in this documentary called The Game Changers. It's on Netflix, which is all about gladiators and how they were vegetarian.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, a current era gladiator is kind of Novak Djokovic. So he's vegan and he just demolishes everyone who comes in front of him.
Yeah. Djokovic, the tennis player.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they must be having like plant-based protein powder and all, at least today.
So, okay, that's a whole different discussion altogether. Should we eat naturally occurring substances or should we extract things out of them and then eat them? I'll just leave you with this, that our body has evolved over billions of years to absorb nutrition in the form that it is given to us. If we try to change that, our body isn't able to absorb it that well. And there are numerous studies that are done on that. So yeah, but this is a whole lot other discussion. So I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, coming to the next question. Nice. Tansen and Nitya are gaining in. True or false again? I can keep using fuel and energy inefficiently in cooking, driving, using electrical appliances. It has no impact. Read the question properly. It has no impact. Very good. I'm assuming the people who said true did it by mistake. Okay, AK has come on. Next is true or false again. And this one is a double points. Oh my God. Okay. It is possible to plant mini forests in spaces as small as that are forests. Pretty good. This is what I was expecting out of this audience for this question. Usually, people are often surprised by this, and this demands a little bit of more discussion. Okay, wearing my clothes longer, months or even years longer, will reduce my impact. Question. Pretty good. All right. Next one, true or false. Composting my kitchen waste at home actually has no benefit to the environment. Read the question properly. Oh my God, people are like, yes.
Everyone is on their toes now.
Yes. Yeah, this section of these questions are like that. You have to be on your toes. Okay. True or false again? Female menstrual products have plastic. We're talking about commercial sanitary napkins and tampons only in this question. Is this true or is this false? This is true. And in fact, commercial sanitary napkins are made of 90% plastic. This plastic, it is non-biodegradable, it is non-recyclable, and it is termed as medical waste. So it just goes and ends up in the landfills. So imagine the women out there, the menstruators out there, if you've been using commercial sanitary napkins, every single one that you've used so far in your life is still out there somewhere. How does that feel? When I realized this a couple of years ago, I was quite blown away. I was like, there has to be a better way. This can't be it. Multi-select. More than one might be correct. For my period management, which of these puts me at the highest risk of itchy rashes and infection? Highest risk, yes. Okay. So this warranties some discussion, definitely. What do you all think? The people who chose menstrual cups or eco-friendly compostable pads or cloth pads? What do you think?
I certainly thought cloth pad would be part of the problem over here. But I guess they would, if I think about it, it would be similar to compostable pads.
So cloth pads have actually come a long way. So you may not even know about them, but cloth pads, the modern cloth pads are actually very comfortable, very easy to wash, and they just feel like wearing cloth, of course. And that's why there are no itchy rashes for women. There are no infections, in fact, because what happens in commercial sanitary pads and tampons, etc., is okay, I'm going to spare you a lot of details, but the thing is that there are chemicals in there that actually turn the blood into gel, which, if kept on for more than a few hours, causes a lot of infections in many women. So anyways, I know for the boys out there, this might be the first time they're hearing about quite a few of these things, but let this be the beginning.
Yeah, and maybe for the boys, Ankita, you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's the difference of wearing polyester t-shirt for a long time and wearing a cotton t-shirt. So
yeah,
maybe it's obviously not exact, but something
Yeah.
which can.
And imagine the polyester t-shirt. Over that, you're wearing another layer of wool, and the polyester t-shirt stays wet for 10 hours at a stretch. How would that feel for you? That's exactly how it feels. So thanks, Nikhil, for the analogy. Okay, next one, multi-select. This one is double points. Oh my God. Okay, I am a business owner. This is how I can reduce my business's impact. More than one might be correct. So read the options carefully and then press submit. Of course, select the answers and then press submit. All right. Yes. So all of these are options. The bottom ones are where you would talk about creating a default option. And in behavioral science, which is what we work in quite a lot, having a default option actually makes people change their behavior quite a bit, because people tend to gravitate towards defaults. So in climate terms, this is now being called the green default option, where the default option in your business for your employees or for your customers, you're keeping as a green option. But for people who can't do without that, they get the option of, let's say, the non-green option. So a very good example is you default to vegetarian in your events. And people do get meat, but they get meat only if they ask for it. Okay. Great going. Ankita, Parvati, Tanse, Nitya, RS. RS has been on the top leading the show. Nice. Okay, next one is a puzzle. For my business and office space, drag and arrange the following activities in order. You have to put the most damaging activities first, and damaging, of course, is damaging to the environment. So arrange them in the order of most damaging first, least damaging last, and then press submit. Interesting. Okay, I want to hear from people who did not get this right. This is the actual order. It would be in air travel. If your employees are taking at least one flight every year, and this is on an average, of course, most of your employees are taking more than these many flights, and some of them are probably taking no flights. Versus office air conditioning or heating. This is usually a very common debate. I
mean, doesn't it really depend on the number of people and the space and the size of the office also? I mean, I think
it does. Yes, it does. And this is actually scaled to that. So this is per person. Air travel per person versus office air conditioning and heating used per person, not for the entire office. And even then, we get that air travel is far more damaging than any amount of air conditioning or heating you can use. So every single flight that you avoid is actually going to have a huge impact, huge impact.
I just like one quick example. We did some research, and Delhi to Bombay flight probably is like 200 kilograms of
110. I just dropped
110. Yeah. And like one burger from McDonald's is like 7 or 8 kgs. And HVAC, maybe Arjun can tell us the real amount.
With one burger from McDonald's is 7 kgs of carbon.
Yes.
I think non-vegetarian
chicken burger. One chicken burger is 8 kilograms of carbon dioxide equivalent.
Yeah.
And by the way, even this Zoom event has a carbon footprint.
Definitely.
Yeah. Each of us has a per capita carbon footprint for being here.
Okay, moving on. 4 false again. Eco-conscious people are more likely to make eco-friendly and public health-friendly business decisions. True or false? Another question to keep you on your toes. Pretty good. Okay, so AD has come onto the leaderboard back again. Awesome. Okay, so time for an activity. So the next 5 minutes we are going to be spending in an activity, which is actually the last thing for the game. And what you need to do is either get a pen or paper or something you can make a list on. You can make your list on your phone as well. What you have to do is this. Look around and observe the things around you. Make a list of the ones which have plastic or they're contained in plastic. You've got 4 minutes for this. So you can, if you have a pen and paper with you, you can make a list on that. Or what you can do is just, jot it down on your laptop or mobile, whatever you have in front of you. But look around in your room right now, or in your home, or wherever you're sitting, and observe the things around you. Make a list of the ones which have plastic or which are contained in plastic. And then choose these options. These are just reminders for you that you've looked at this. And then just press submit when you think you are done. Things people often miss are fabrics like nylon, polyester, acrylic. Things you're wearing, they're also plastic sometimes. And other things people often miss are the laptop you're working on. Most probably it has a plastic body. The phone you have, that is plastic. The pen you're writing with, did you think of that? Or the table that you have your laptop on, or
the switch in which your laptop is plugged in and charging.
Yeah, switchboards.
Or the wire with which it is charging the insulation.
Oh my God, you could go on and on and on. And we haven't even started talking about your bath products, what you have in your bathrooms. But whenever you think you have your list, just click on the options that you have considered. This is not going to give you or make you lose any points. This is a no points question. Just press submit whenever you feel you have the list.
Like Nima's comment is just like to the point, like everything has plastic.
You see, like book is lined with plastic just so that it doesn't have, like, it's waterproof.
Yeah, lamination.
Yeah.
True. Okay, I think we have 1 or 2 people still working on their lists. You've got last 50 seconds to just wrap up. All right, okay. So you've got your list now. Now what you've got to do is highlight the items which are essential for you. These are items which you can't live without. And then pick the option which corresponds to how many did you get. Out of the list that you just made, how many items are items which are essential for you, items that you can't really live without in today's life or your lifestyle right now? How many are those? This is again a no points question, more like a poll. And And then choose that over here on the screen and press submit. Sorry, that was my mom. Okay. So how many? Most of you got more than 4, but not all items. Okay. So when you're thinking about this, just start thinking about how can you get down from more than 4 to 1 to 4 items, because this is where most of us, like at least this audience, I would have expected to live. But if not, there's always more we can do. There's one person for whom all items can't live without. Wow. Who is this?
People should follow my example.
Anyways. Okay. So I think the takeaway here is that we just have to consciously look around to see how dependent we are on things that damage our health and the planet's health. That's why we actually created naturehealers.life to help people move to a more sustainable lifestyle, just one little step at a time. And we are making it in an adventure-filled game like mobile app. This is one of our favorite posters that we have created. This is our planet, and there is no planet B. There really isn't any other option now, is it? Okay, so to tell you, okay. One more last question. How do you download the NHL app? Naturehealers.life app. Oh, quick. How do you download it? Press submit. Choose your answer and press submit.
Oh, the answer is visible now.
Right in the last 1 second. Yes, I know if you meditate and wish from the bottom of your heart, some of you would get it, some of you, and maybe God would also send you a link to download it if you pray intensely, perhaps. But yeah, our app is in beta right now, and we have opened up sign up for our early access, and we are going to let this video do the talking. So for the next 2 minutes, this is our explainer video that actually shows what NHL is all about.
The video itself is muted, Ankita.
Exactly that. What if being more planet-friendly was like playing an adventure game? At naturehealers.life, you do exactly that. Just one little step at a time. Start with any of the causes that resonate with you. Pick your Earth mission and begin your journey of change. So let's go. Complete challenges, unlock new ones, progress through your adventure and explore your world. Find fun-filled challenges in-app and in the real world. Take up one challenge at a time or take many. You decide. Discover alternatives that are better for the health and wallet of you and your family. And play with people who care about the same causes as you do. It doesn't stop here. Earn rewards with each completed action and show off your achievements to the world. And who knows, you might even get to the top of the leaderboard. Your actions will create long-lasting positive change for you and the only planet we have. Naturehealers.life. Come, leave your mark. Just one little step at a time. Sign up now.
All right. So with that, we end our game, and let's see in the second game. AD is third. Nikhil is on second position. Who's the first? Alright. Yes, of course. He's been leading the charge. And then Dionysus and Lek are in the top 5 as well. Awesome. Okay. So every question was answered correctly by all players. Awesome. You'll get on your screen, you'll get a quick screen of giving your feedback. We would love to know what you felt. We would love to know what we can improve. But while you're giving feedback, I know it's 12:15, but if any of you have any questions about what we do, how we do it, we can stay on definitely.
Also, the winners, please share your details so that at least your email ID, so then I can get in touch with you to send the gift.
Yes, so winners of the 2 games, RS and AD. AD was the winner of the first game, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations, both of you. I think you both are leaders, inspiring everybody by what all you are thinking and doing about climate. And yes, so today Sus Mafia has been generous enough to sponsor gifts for these 2 games that we played. So yeah, okay. Back to you, Ani, Payal. Happy to answer any questions anybody has.
That was amazing. It was so much fun. Payal?
Yeah, I loved it. Like, so much high energy in SusTalks is so rare. And thank you so much, Ankita and Nikhil, for bringing in this energy on this holiday so that everyone can now spend the rest of the holiday on a high note.
Coincidentally, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan also started today itself. So yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we can see you all actually loved the game. That's pretty good. Thank you so much. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Open to any